That is interesting that they
And
have
the
that
thing
for
is,
Florida.
I would tell people who are attempting to kind of get, and there, every case has nuance, and I think Ms. Bunnell said that earlier. Everybody's case is going to have its own individual set of facts and its own nuance. The point is, you can argue theory. I typically want to follow the rule. It just goes straight there. Now, where I've had difficulty, which is why I get, I guess, letters from the bar, is because I hold people accountable. I filed, I don't know, more than 10 appeals. I think you were talking about putting together a record. I don't know if you're talking about a record like for appeal, or how do I put together my exhibit list, that kind of stuff. But whatever it is that you wanted me to show you how to do, I can just let you look at mine, which I have no problem. Everything I do is actually in the record.
Well, isn't in Florida, don't the so you have to do your notice of appeal, and doesn't the court that you're trying to appeal their decision, don't they have to send the whole record up to the appellate courts, or is it on
You
you
talking
as a
about,
litigant?
the appeals process, or like see my notice of inclusion of transcripts, how I put it inside the record?
And this is to you filed this into the Court of Appeals?
No, I filed this into the circuit court. You see that?
Okay, notice,
I
yeah.
didn't have to appeal this, but I can show you what a notice of appeal looks like.
Well, I know what it looks like, but
Okay, yeah.
so um but so is there not a duty on the clerk to send up the whole record, whatever the record is that has been
Yes.
filed into the case?
Once your appeal gets an appeal date, yeah. And you see, like,
Okay, gotcha.
and all I'm showing you is, and it's all public record, because anybody who was looking would have been able to find all this in my record, in the court record. Well, I guess they were trying to do some gotcha. I don't know what the hell that was about, but there you go. See, I have my notes of supplemental authority. I put down the facts, make it pretty clear. My exhibit list look this way, and then there's something I attached to it. I think it was like 80 some odd pages, and this is what's in there. Yeah, yeah. There you go. Supplemental case law to help support where I am. So anybody who wants it, just go to inside the court record and get it. And I could just tell you what I would think I would do if it were me. I don't give you advice, but if it were me, I would take a particular position. And for those who don't know, that's what a motion to, I don't know what that is.
Wait, Greg, can I ask you to show me something real quick? I saw a glimpse of it, but can you pull up that letter you got from the Florida bar? I kind of want to see that.
The letter or the response?
Oh, both. I think you were talking about it on one of the videos I saw, but I want to see kind of both. That's wild. That if that's not proof that Greg is the real deal, and some of these package boys are trash. Or sorry. Let me see this.
I say nothing disparaging about people who are not here to defend themselves. However, the link to this letter and my response is on the website, on my YouTube channel. So there you go.
Mm.
I responded timely too.
November 25th, 2025. This is crazy. Doing something right.
There's an argument to that.
And where is this your response? Can I see your response?
It might be a little history lesson that may be offensive to some, but I don't care.
All right, let's see. You sent it right back the same day?
No, I sent it back on the 25th.
Okay, okay.
Finally. And anybody who sees this video, I know the members get to see it, but anybody who wants it, once we make it available to the members, you can have it. But again, it's on the web. It's on my YouTube channel. There's a link for it on one of the videos. In fact, on the video I'm talking about it, there's a link to it. You hit it, and you're gonna get both of them.
Oh, the anti-literacy laws. Yeah, I love that. This is
Yeah,
so spicy.
there was a time pre-Civil War, that it was against the law to teach enslaved people how to read in certain portions of the country. And so And we all know that Frederick Douglass did say knowledge makes a man unfit to be a slave, and as an additional bit of context to the individuals who were so inquisitive about me. My parents were stationed in Biloxi, Mississippi during my foundational educational years, which is 4th through 9th. And I attended Beauvoir Elementary School, named for the plantation home of Jefferson Davis. It was right there on the what would have been the same plantation as ground. So I've seen slave quarters, and we all know that y'all better know that Jefferson Davis was the president of the Confederacy. Don't tell me you didn't learn that shit in school. But anyway, so anybody who wants it, you can have it. And I've experienced a few things in my official response. And then after my response, I went back to talk about my clear and conspicuous disclaimers. Everybody who knows when they talk to me, I always say I'm not an attorney. I don't give legal advice. And you know my question. If you have a question for me, it has to be phrased a certain way for me to answer the question. And we all know, and I say, you can ask what would Greg do, but I don't give advice. When it comes to creating whatever we create, we do, you all do it, we type it, we do it together, and I say, okay. But ultimately, it's up to the individual. And the reason why I work so diligently to help people read is, and I'll give you some background. It was said that my brother would be a special education student. My parents did not agree. He's now Dr. Doss. I'm the least formally educated person in my family by far. Okay, so, but here we go. The disclaimers are there. The YouTube channel disclaimer, the nature of my services, the self-represented journey. And then I just pulled them into shit. It's amazing that you clowns have time to ask me this shit, but nobody wanted to look into why Judge Gregory Holder and Michael Victor, their perjury trap for me failed. But y'all, when I asked for that, you didn't want to look into that, which is interesting. The 7,000 emails that you failed to give me during discovery, which is wild. And I don't know if Ms. Donnell is still available for us, but she calls one of her former colleagues for the state of Florida, Monologue Mike, told us on several occasions that they'd given me everything. But we find out later on during my federal case, which this gentleman brought up, which the facts of the case isn't why I'm not getting further. It's the corruption of the 13th Judicial Circuit, and I'll say it. It's why I had 5 judges disqualified. Well, 4 judges disqualified. The 5 judges who were touring together, 3 of which I sat before during my criminal proceedings. I was looking at 5 years in prison. I self-represented and won my case. And you can actually get that audio on the site as well. And through the Dropbox. So just join and become a member. The litigation for case 2018 CA 3553, which frustrated Miss, she's an insurance person, where Dr. John Shim, who was a treating physician at the James A. Haley VA Hospital, who also worked for State Farm Insurance as an expert witness, saw me for a compulsory medical examination for State Farm and never divulged to me that he's also a VA doctor.
Excuse me, I have to interrupt you. Wait a minute. John Shim does not work for the VA.